What is the HTTP request response cycle for web APIs? Imagine sending a letter to a friend and waiting for their reply. That process is similar to how web applications communicate using the request and response cycle. When you use a web API, your device acts like the letter sender, and the server is the recipient. The cycle starts when your device sends an HTTP request to the server. This request includes an HTTP method like GET to retrieve data, POST to send new data, PUT to update existing data, or DELETE to remove data. It also has a URL that points to the specific resource or endpoint you want to access. Sometimes, the request has headers with extra information like authentication tokens or content type, and a body with data if needed. Next, your device resolves the server's domain name into an IP address using the Domain Name System, or DNS. Once it knows where the server is, it opens a connection, often secured with transport layer security, to ensure safe communication. This connection can be a single link that carries multiple requests if using newer protocols like HTTP2, which makes things faster and more efficient. When the server receives your request, it reads the method, URL, headers, and body. It then checks if you are authorized to access the resource, validates the data, and performs any necessary actions like querying a database or running server-side logic. If everything checks out, the server prepares a response. This response includes a status code, like 200 for success, 404 if the resource isn't found, or 500 if there's a server error. It also has headers with metadata, such as content type or caching instructions, and a body with the data you asked for, usually formatted as JSON for APIs. Once the server sends this response back, your device receives it and processes the information. If it's data, like a list of users or product details, your application will parse the JSON and display it or use it for further actions. If it's an error message, your app can handle it gracefully, maybe showing a notification or prompting you to try again. After the response is delivered, the connection between your device and the server may close or stay open for more requests, depending on the HTTP version and headers. HTTP 1 typically closes the connection after each request unless told to keep it alive, while HTTP 2 allows multiple requests over a single connection, making everything faster. Understanding this cycle is key for backend developers because it helps in designing APIs that are reliable and easy to use. They need to ensure that the server correctly interprets HTTP methods, validates data, interacts with databases properly, and responds with the right status codes and data formats. Tools like Express.js and Node.js make handling this cycle easier by providing simple ways to work with request and response objects. In essence, the request-response cycle for web APIs is a clear process where clients ask for actions or data, servers perform the necessary work using backend logic and databases, and then reply with the results and status. Mastering this process helps build backend systems that are accessible, straightforward, and ready to power modern web applications.